Thousands in Egypt are protesting against President Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi. Over the last few days, protesters have set a police car on fire. They've thrown stones at security forces. There is violence, bullet fire and tear gas on the streets of Egypt. It's a grim reminder of what happened in the year 2011. On Gravitas tonight, we ask whether the dream of democracy is still a far-fetched one for Egypt, 9 years since the Arab Spring. Here's a report.
Leave, Sisi, leave! These words are echoing on the streets of Egypt. The country is protesting the rule of President Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi. Demonstrations have broken out in the cities of Cairo, Alexandria and Aswan. These people are demanding that Al-Sisi stand down. Over the last few days, protesters have set a police car on fire. Some threw stones at security forces. They responded by firing tear gas and bullets. The call for protest was sounded by former army contractor Muhammad Ali. He wanted the country to mark the one-year anniversary of anti-government protests. This violence raises a question. 9 years since the Arab Spring, is Egypt anywhere close to realizing its dream of democracy? Flashback to 2011. Egypt was revolting against the 30-year rule of President Hosni Mubarak. Visuals from Cairo's Tahrir Square were being flashed across TV screens worldwide. Several days of protests later, Mubarak was forced to step down. Cut to November 2011. Egypt held its first democratic elections. The Muslim Brotherhood won the presidency and parliamentary elections. Mohamed Morsi became the country's first democratically elected president. The order was short-lived. Egypt's judiciary voided the vote. The legislature was dissolved in 2012. A political crisis followed. Cut to 2013, former Field Marshal Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi ousted President Morsi. He outlawed protests. The next year, Al-Sisi won the presidential elections. It's been a downhill for democracy since. In 2018, Egypt marked the 7th anniversary of the Arab Spring by closing off routes to Tahrir Square. The same year, Al-Sisi was re-elected with 97% votes. People barely voted, and the president had virtually no competition. It had been 9 years since the Arab Spring, and Egypt is still unhappy with its leadership. It's come a full circle, but democracy is still a far-fetched dream. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.